All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Wake Up Call today. My name is Jennifer. I'm coming to you from Oklahoma, and we've been going through the book, Little Things Matter, 100 Ways to Improve Your Life Today. And I'm very excited to bring on one of my friends, business partners, and mentors. She's been an impact in my life. Miss Cindy, she is coming to us all the way from Tennessee today. Cindy, passing it to you.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Wake Up Call. We are on chapter 95. We're almost finished with this book, y'all. Appreciate all of you who have dialed in. Pretty much every single day we hear a lot of the same voices. This is titled, A Simple Life is a Better Life. He says, what are some of the things you enjoy most in life? What do you value most? I'm guessing that making repairs, paying bills, managing investments, shopping for insurance, or filing paperwork aren't anywhere near the top of your list. If you're like me, they don't even make the cut. I like the simple things, he says, like spending time with my family and friends, going for long walks on the beautiful beaches of the Gulf of Mexico, and relaxing in the majestic, serene Rocky Mountains where there's no phone or internet service. This lesson, he says, is about recognizing the advantages that a simple life has to offer. He said, I truly believe that a simple life is about making decisions that result in your ability to spend more time doing the things you enjoy, the activities that bring you happiness and fulfillment. Over the years, he said, I've learned that it is the accumulation of things that prevents us from doing what we enjoy. He said, I know this having lived both kinds of lifestyles. One of the material affluence and the other, a simpler, unencumbered life. I can tell you with certainty that a simple life is a better life. From the earliest days, he said, my goal was to make enough money so that I could invest wisely, retire early, and have plenty of time to devote to the things that bring me the most joy. Ironically, I ended up getting trapped temporarily by the things I purchased. As most people do when they achieve a certain level of financial success, I made a list of things to purchase, including a dream home, new cars, and a boat. I succumbed to the false notion that having bigger and better things like jet skis, motorcycles, multiple real estate properties would lead to more happiness. Over time, I discovered that when I accumulated more than I needed, I paid a much higher price for these things in terms of time, worry, frustration, and emotional energy. He said, now I think twice before buying anything that has the potential to add complexity to my life. We live in a comfortable home that meets our needs. It's easier and less expensive to maintain than any of our previous homes. Now, rather than buying things that are going to add complexity to our lives, we rent what we want and don't worry about a thing. And he said that the challenge, he said, before spending money, ask yourself this. These are good. Do I really need to own this? Will this purchase add more complexity to my life? How much time will I have to invest in this purchase? Does this purchase come with any hidden emotional energy investment that I may regret later? More often than not, you'll find that the purchases you're considering will cost you more than the price tag leads you to believe. As your income and success grow, I encourage you to keep things simple and put an emphasis on saving and giving and not spending. And, I think this is such a great chapter, and it's definitely wise. And this is wise information, wise counsel right here. Because I know for Kirby and I, we started out, in our marriage, we've been married 41 years, and we started out, having to have, our goal was when we got into starting our own business, our goal was, this car and this house and this boat and they were all new. Like we didn't consider buying a used car. We bought a new boat, all of those things that ended up just trapping us to have to work harder to pay the bills, to pay the debts, and just having that, wanting that instant gratification. Well, I'll just put it on my credit card so I can have it right now. And it just leads into nothing but stress, stress, stress. And as we've gotten older, we've become wiser for sure. I mean, we don't buy new cars anymore. We buy cars. We either pay cash or we pay them off very quickly, and we drive them until they, till we have to get rid of them. I mean, Kirby's driving a 2012 Mercedes, and I'm like, do you want to get a new car, another car? No. This one works fine. That's his attitude. It works fine. It's paid for. What do I need another one for? And it's like that. Our boat, is like 20 years old, and we paid cash for it. We didn't have to have a new boat. It's old, but it runs great, and it does the trick. And, that's kind of been our attitude like the last 15 years. Just, let's make wise decisions so we can enjoy our life instead of being trapped by debt and, all of that. So I think this is great advice. Jennifer, I'll give it to you for your feedback.
Thank you. I agree with everything you said, and this chapter is something I wish I would have had a long time ago or had somebody instill things in me. I also went through the phase that all the income came in, the income rose, and you think of all these things, I need this and that, and it was just a constant thing of the cars or a bigger house and all those things, and then before you know it, it's like, wait a minute, like there's a lot going out. I wanted a lot more coming in and staying in to save and have those things, and so it's slowly been dwindling those things over time and over the years as I've moved a few times the last several years, and it's just decluttering and getting rid of things and becoming more minimalized with the declutter, which again saves money. Same with the car. This month will be the last payment on my car, and I'll have my car paid off, and I'm so excited for that, to actually have that done. I've not had a time, I'll be 46 this year, and I've not had a time where I've had that done. And I looked at, it talks about the ability to spend more time doing the things you enjoy, the activities that bring you happiness and fulfillment. And for me, it's simple things, but it's the most important things. The time with family, the time with friends, and the business we're in, the network marketing, the residual income, to be able to have that, to be able to focus on, what can I pay off? Do I really need these things? That's more income going out, and to really focus on, is it going to take time away? Is it going to take the money away? Is this going to set me up for future? Getting older, am I going to have that income? But my mind, I'll say wiser with age, definitely. As the time's gone on, I value things a lot different, including the income coming in and being able to give and do for others. And I don't know if you're reading that last part or not, but I'll say the happiness is an inside job. I can know there's times, too, where I thought, well, if I get that, it'll be better. It'll be happier if I have that, if I have that bigger house, if I have this car, if I have those things. But it does not come from external things whatsoever. There was a time we were actually at a sermon at one of our conferences, and they were doing on a Sunday, and they were talking about all the things. You can have the car, you can have the house, but you could still not be happy. And I was sitting there, and I'm like, tears streaming down my face. I'm like, that's me. Like, there's so much that there's things you can miss internally, whether that's, God in your life, whether it's other things, but I had things internally inside myself that I had to work on and get right myself, and within that too is when I realized, hey, there's, all this other stuff I have isn't doing anything for me right now. So that's my part in it, but I 100% agree with this chapter for sure.
Yeah, I figured you would like this chapter because I know you've learned some lessons as we have over our 41 years of marriage, and I watch our kids, and we've got one family, daughter and family who are living by this, chapter. They're very careful with what they do. They don't drive new cars. They live in a smaller home when they could afford so much bigger. And then I have the other one who buy the new cars and, they get into debt, and I can see which family is at peace and which one isn't, And so this is such a great, great lesson for people in all walks of life and any age. So anyway, the last bit he says, which is Jennifer already hit on, he said, happiness doesn't come from the accumulation of things. It comes from being satisfied with who you are and the pleasure you get from the relationships and quality of life you enjoy. This should be like part of a marriage vows, like when you're getting married, like this should be part of the vows, to get people set up right, or it should be part of premarital counseling, like draw your happiness from God, from each other, not from these things that you think you've got to go accumulate and impress other people. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. So I'll give it to you to close the call, Jennifer.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on today. We appreciate you, and we do these every Monday through Friday at 8:15 in the morning. I want to unmute us so we can say goodbye.